Hey everyone, it's Christine Gritman here with Social. I do this show every single week at 12 noon Eastern Time, although today it is 10 a.m. Mountain Time, which is relevant because I have as my guest here Deonnah Carolus. Hi!
Hi!
Hi, tell us where you're joining us from.
Broomfield, Colorado. Technically, outer suburb of kind of Boulder, Colorado. So close to Boulder, near Denver.
and that's why you are Summit Web Marketing, right? Because you got all those mountains there?
I actually live on Summit Boulevard, so that's the inspiration.
Nice. So today we have Deonnah here to talk about Instagram shopping. And now let's unpack that for a second, because first of all, just for a brief history, Instagram, it used to not have any of these business capabilities. An account was an account was an account. Then when they introduced business accounts, what was it, like 2 years ago? Not very long at all. There were certain functions and features, and they're really focusing now on building those up. So let's talk about what we're talking about when we talk Instagram shopping, if you could guide us through that.
Yeah, sure. So you're totally right. About 2016, Instagram rolled out, a shopping feature. They were testing in beta, and they were only testing it to Shopify users. So only people in the Shopify world could use the API to test, the shopping feature, which is product tagging, so that you can click on a photo. If you see a little tag on the photo, you click on it and you can be redirected to the website to make a purchase from that specific brand. So over time, after they had fine-tuned everything...
And that would lead, to clarify, that leads to an external Shopify site that they've set up separately with Shopify. That does not lead to a sub-site of Instagram.
Correct. So they're currently rolling out a beta right now functionality where you can check out within the app. So ladies, if you've shopped on ColourPop under Instagram on their account, that's one of the brands that they're rolling this out with. So you can do your order tracking through the app and payments through the app, and they'll give you a delivery notification and all of that right on Instagram.
So that eliminates the need to set up a shop with an outside party like Shopify. Now, I have noticed...
Yes.
Yeah.
Facebook cataloging, I think, too.
That's going to be great.
We'll see. Yeah.
So in the interim, that is only rolling out to some brands while it's in testing, big brands. But there is still, that mid-level of the taggable products through Shopify. And I have noticed, actually, that now, and this was not there from the beginning, but now some accounts that are using that have a shopping tab on their profile, which is very cool.
Mm-hmm. So everything that they have tagged, you can go right to their shop tab and view their products, which is so cool. So if you're looking for something specific, like a Coach bag, they should have that just right on their shop tab, and you can just tap and purchase right there.
That is really, really neat. And so, but that is still tied into Shopify, right? They still assemble that shop within Shopify?
Technically, no. So if you have e-commerce or Shopify, even Amazon, you can really use this tool seamlessly with any e-commerce platform. It's just a matter of setting up your Facebook catalog, and you have to link everything through Facebook still.
Interesting. Okay.
Right.
So let's back up for a second and talk about the nitty-gritty of that, because again, we probably aren't huge companies listening to this and able to do that beta. So let's talk about how people who are just regular small businesses can get access to that shopping feature. And we have lost Deonnah. That's a problem. All right. So we're going to I'm going to try to reconnect with her. But in the meantime, one thing that I definitely want to say about that is you do have to apply. You have to apply to be part of Facebook Shop, Instagram shopping. And as she said, you do have to put together that catalog through Facebook's Commerce Manager. It's okay. So let's go from start to finish as to how an account gets set up with Instagram shopping. First of all, why would they want to? What kind of account should go for this?
So if you are a product-based business, say you're like a local small boutique shop, this is great for you. If you have an Etsy store, you can totally use this feature and have an Instagram shop. So you can have more exposure with your products. A lot of times looking in the back end of your analytics to see how much traffic is Instagram driving for you, that's an indicator that you need to set up shopping. So 50%, 60%, if you have a lot of hits on Instagram, you're missing a lot of sales and opportunity.
Absolutely, because you really want to streamline the ability to buy your product. You don't want there to be extra steps.
Absolutely not. And this makes it as seamless as possible until they roll out the new checkout feature for everybody within the app, which is going to be crazy because everyone's just going to start shopping there.
Yes. Instagram's going to be a very different place next year. So how does someone apply? So first of all, they have to be a business account, right?
Yeah, they have to be a business account, and they have to have their Facebook account set up properly. So it can't just be set up as a regular business account. You have to set it up as a shop template. So in the back end, when you open up your Facebook business account, there's all of these different templates you can choose from. But if it's not set up for shopping or Facebook shop, you're gonna have a hard time getting approval.
And shop is a tab that is an option, and that can technically be added to any of the templates, right? The shop tab?
No, not necessarily. Right. So you have to set it up as a shop in order for that functionality to work, which
very good to know.
A lot of people don't know that, so they keep getting denied when they try to apply, and they're like, why am I being denied? I'm set up this way. I'm doing all the things. But Instagram is very particular about how they like things to be set up for that feature as of right now. So to know the ins and outs is tricky. There's really nowhere to look at each step of what someone needs to do until now.
Okay, so you've set your Facebook page up as a shop, and I've noticed that you used to be able to, when you had a Facebook page with a shopping tab, you used to be able to just set up your products and shop right there. But now there's something within their sort of back-end business manager type area, commerce manager and catalog manager, all of that.
Yeah. So you have to set up your commerce manager if you want to sell products on Facebook. You can't just import a catalog, at least not today. So setting up the commerce manager is important because that's how you get paid if someone is shopping your products through your Facebook page. And essentially, that's what's going to link up the catalog functionality and the Instagram shop functionality. So it's all linked together.
So an item, if you want to tag an item that's for sale in your Instagram at some point, you're going to need to first make sure that that item is loaded into your catalog via Facebook.
That's correct.
Got it.
You can create as many catalogs as you want. And for all intents and purposes of just being approved for product tagging in the first place, I would recommend to just manually set that catalog up. So when you go in to set it up manually, all you need is 9 products up front to be approved. So say you have 3 t-shirts and you have small, mediums, and larges of those, 4 t-shirts, sorry, I got to do the right math. And then you can go ahead and submit those, and that can be your first catalog. Linking up the website and, a catalog can create some problems because Instagram does not like product titles to be in all caps, so you can get denied for that based off of that.
And do they explain that at all, or do they just reject you?
They just reject you.
That's fun. So it's very good that we're getting the inside scoop here as to why things get rejected without explanation.
Because some people, they go for months and months, and they're like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
Yeah.
And they just give up. So a client of mine where I figured this out, she had been denied for 10 months. And, finally I just took it over, and I literally almost gave myself a stomach ulcer figuring this out for her, but I did it. It was lots of sleepless nights. But also it could be a matter of the code. Your products could be missing pricing, have the wrong pricing. They could be linked to other products in the product description. Instagram does not like that. So you have to be very, precise and clear on what the product is. And, if there's a problem in your code and your website on a product page you're trying to tag, Instagram will also deny you. So if you're not a coder and you're just trying to link your catalogs through the APIs and, just do the quick fix of, hey, link your catalog through Shopify or whatever, if you have those problems and you don't know where to look for those problems, that's another reason you're probably being denied.
And that brings me to a question, which is, am I correct that if you are setting up your shop in Commerce Manager on Facebook, you do not need to have Shopify or a third-party tool?
You have to have a website. So in order to even sell anything on Facebook or on Instagram, you have to have a website in order to do that.
So how does this relationship work? Like, what are the pieces you need to have in place? And do you have to have that product catalog on your website as well?
No, because that's just kind of, through Facebook, and you can have as many catalogs as you want. So say you have your top sellers catalog. So you just put, 10 of your best sellers in that catalog. You link it through Facebook.
They're almost like albums, sub-albums within the shop.
Yeah, but in order to even pull that data into Facebook, you have to have a website to pull those products in. You can't just upload products to Facebook, out of nowhere. It has to source from there.
Interesting.
Because Facebook, yes, it also prioritizes the user's experience.
Mm-hmm.
So it wants to make sure that these products are coming from a reputable source. The pricing is legit. The business is legit. They don't want to just sell, random things like body parts and, whatever else is in their bylaws.
Have a kidney. Have two.
Right. They have all these products of things you cannot sell.
Yeah.
And how you can be denied depending on what that is. But it's their way of checking that what you're selling is not some black market product and it's a legit business.
So am I correct? Sorry I keep asking all these, but I really want to get to make this clear, especially since I'm dealing with this with a client too. So step one is set up the product on your website for sale.
Step one would be, yes.
Through Shopify or, I have Squarespace. I could set up a shop just through Squarespace. But whatever it is, they can buy it on the website first. That needs to be set up.
Yeah.
Then step two is set up the Commerce Manager, catalog, whatever, all of that in Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's the thing. If we're setting up the product as something you can buy on Facebook, and Facebook has, they make you put in your shipping, they make you put in your return policy, they make you put in all that stuff. So you really do have to build it out to the same degree that you've just built it out on your website. So why does it need to be on the website also?
It's still so much about branding and being a legit business. They even ask you for your EIN number and, everything. So it's not, I run into, a lot of drop shippers that are, just getting started, and they're like, I can't figure this out. I need to do this, and I can't do this. And it's like, well, you're just a drop shipper. You still have to do your branding and your marketing and be a legit business. It still is about that human to human sales relationship.
Got it.
People don't care about your product. They want to feel a connection.
So you do have to do that work of setting it all up on your website first. Do they care if you're using a third-party tool like Shopify on your website, or do they just care that there's something on your website by which people can purchase the product directly?
So it has to be a physical product. They do not allow sales of digital products. Mm-hmm. So there is a differentiator there. So as long as you have, if you're selling a product people can actually touch and buy and feel, then you're good to go. It can be, anything, even if it's just 2 products. But like I said, with the Instagram tagging, you have to have at least 9. So once you start up a business where you're selling a product, maybe you can, have sub-products that are built out of that. So you can start selling, kits of something or, something that pairs well with something else.
I'm going to read this comment from Julie instead of putting it up on the screen because it's longer. But Julie Riley, we love Julie. She says,
Hi, Julie.
She says, I have a client that I'm finishing setting up their online store that is a WooCommerce store linked to their Square account. This Square account is linked through their brick and mortar store and their website, so the inventory stays linked so that they can set this up on Facebook. And would it link through their account and keep their inventory right if someone buys through their Facebook or Instagram account? Which is a good question. So basically it sounds like they have a brick and mortar store. They have, 12 of this item in their store. That inventory system that they use in their store and through their Square, little iPad cash register probably is linked to their WooCommerce shop. So can Facebook pull that data, or do you have to manually maintain that separately?
Any sales that happens through their website point of sale that's connected to, their stock system should account for that. So,
got it. Because Facebook sales and thus Instagram sales are ultimately being processed through that WooCommerce.
Right. Or
setup.
Shopify or whatever, or even Etsy. Yeah. So it should be fine. What they can do also is set out a different, we're going to order this for social sales and we're going to have this for in-house sales, which kind of becomes a lot of work for the business owner.
Yeah.
But it's just a different strategy, and you can use a lot of different tactics to push those products. So it's a really good idea in hindsight to do it that way, I think.
I really like that. And what about if somebody has a product where they're kind of making it to order, so technically the inventory is infinite? Should they just slap something on there as inventory, or what?
Yeah, so if they're sold out of something like a crafter or something like that, they just are completely sold out, the website will trigger that, hey, we're sold out of this product, so you're either going to have to, if it's a manual catalog, they need to take it down. But generally speaking, when they click on that product, even if it's available on Facebook, they're going to go to that website and they're going to see, oh, this is out of stock right now.
Okay, got it.
But Facebook won't necessarily penalize you for that, because it's just not intelligent yet.
Well, it's good that they won't penalize you, because sometimes you're a victim of your own success, right?
Right. Exactly.
Okay, so we've done part 1, which is setting up the store on our actual website that has nothing to do with Instagram or Facebook. We've done part 2, which is doing all that work all over again in Facebook Commerce Manager to get those at least 9 products up and listed and tied into our website or Shopify or whatever. Now let's go to the Instagram part. This is the part everyone's curious about.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so there's one thing I do want to say. So just to get your business approved for Instagram shopping requires the manual catalog. Now, I have seen where catalogs have been denied in the past set up through the API, they get approved after that initial setup. So that's kind of the hack, the workaround. So Julie, that goes back to your question of will this account for my products that are connected through my systems that are linking? And the answer would be yes to that, because you can switch catalogs in the back end of Instagram once you're approved.
You can switch catalogs. So wait, can you back up and explain that a little bit more?
On that against me. What's that?
Can you go back and explain that again? What do you mean by you can switch catalogs?
So in the back end, under your settings, business tab under Instagram, you will see a catalog tab, and you can click in there and you'll see every catalog you've created in Facebook that's connected to your Instagram account. So even those catalogs that might have had a little bit of issues with coding, as long as they're not in the red and they're more in the yellow, now I'm speaking foreign, but in the yellow, and there's maybe there's a little glitch somewhere with a product, chances are Instagram will still let you toggle back and forth between those catalogs. So,
and you can turn certain catalogs on and off, right? You have this body of catalogs, and as long as you have at least 9 products that are up, do those 9 products need to be in the same catalog, or can you have 3 in one catalog, 3 in another?
No, in order to get approved for the Instagram shopping, it has to be one catalog. Everything has to be really just to the T, and then you need to send that through to get approval. After that approval goes through, you can create as many different catalogs or link however you want.
So your first catalog, so sorry, I'm being so precise here. Your first Instagram catalog to get started with Instagram shopping, you need to have 9 items in one catalog. And then once that passes through and you are an approved Instagram shopping business, as long as you maintain 9 products at all times, you can have those chopped up however you want. It's just that first time when you're first getting approved, all 9 have to be in the same catalog.
Yes, correct. You have to just go by the rules and get through that approval process. And once you are there, then you have a lot more freedom.
The rules that they don't explain. So this is fantastic.
Yes, totally.
So
I've yet to see a business account that sells products online be shut down for that whole catalog hack that I discovered, just because my client had switched the catalogs without me knowing, and I was like, oh my god, you is it, it's working? And she's like, yeah, it's totally fine. I'm like, oh, okay, great. And it hasn't been shut down yet.
Good.
So we're good.
Okay. So you've set up the catalog on your website. You've set up that catalog in Facebook Commerce Manager. Now you're in your back end of your Instagram business account. You're in the tools, that little tool section. I really wish we could show this, but unfortunately Instagram, this is mobile first.
No.
So walk us through.
Notes I'll just read from too as we go through this.
Great.
So after your Commerce Manager is set up and your catalog is set up, the little button underneath your header image, you definitely, there's a little trick there too. So you're going to want to switch that to shopping. But you want to set it up to shopping on your Facebook page,
so
and not
over
on not on your website. You don't want to be driving traffic away from the platforms because, again, they'll penalize you for that.
Interesting.
So everything has to be set up directly for the user to shop on platform.
And does that mean that also your category of your Instagram, because my category, I'm looking at my Instagram account now, I was trying to get it on camera, but it doesn't work. But my category right now, it has, my name, and then under it in gray, it says social media agency. If I wanted to become a shoppable account, would my categorization have to change to being a shop?
No, you can just be a business. It's all about that Facebook template situation. If you're set up as a shop, great. If you're not, denied.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. So you go into your settings, and I'm looking, so you click on that. When you're on your Instagram profile, you click in the top right corner, at least on my phone, that 3-line hamburger menu.
The little hamburger menu.
And then there is settings. And then there is a business setting, which looks like a little shop. And there's at the bottom of that a link that says sign up for shopping.
Correct. So that's the very last step, right? You don't want to do that at all until you have everything set up properly. Because once you do that and then you set it up so you have to set that up, but before you do that, you have to link your Instagram back up to your Facebook in the back end of the settings. So, you have the left side column where it says, user roles and Instagram. So that's where you would reset up the Instagram, and then you go back to Instagram, and then the last and final step is to sign up for shopping. And then you wait. It's just an automated process. They're just gonna, is everything linked right? That's how the algorithm is. That's how they've set things up. Yes, it ticks all the boxes. Great, you're approved. So then you would log back in. You would get a notification, usually in a few hours or up to 2 weeks. It just depends, on how many times you've been denied and if your Instagram account is frozen. In which case, there's a whole other situation you can do for that. But it's just automatic, and then you'll get that notification that you've been approved.
Have you sussed out what the blackout period in between is for when you've been rejected and when you can apply again?
Technically, there isn't one, so you would just have to disconnect everything and start fresh.
Got it.
So it kind of resets things. Now, there is a bug in the back of Instagram where when you have disconnected everything and reset, when a business goes back in to reconnect everything, it has not flushed out or rolled over as a blank account, and it will say you've been denied again. It's like it never refreshed. In which case, you have to contact Facebook for them to manually do it. But it's not that bad. They have an amazing chat support where you can just go on Messenger and they have a little, toggle, you're number 4, wait time 5 minutes.
You need to send us to this chat support, but I do want to mention that I'm not sure that everyone has it, because I know that
everyone does not have access to it. That's right.
Yeah.
If you are a hardcore, if you're in Facebook marketing and you are known, your accounts are all set up and Facebook kind of knows who you are, you will have access to that chat support.
But not everyone does, because I know I was having some issues with Business Manager, and I did a screen share with our friend Amanda Robinson, and she was looking through and she's like, there's a whole lot of features you just don't have. Like, we should be able to chat with somebody about this. I'm like, I'm not special. I don't have chat. And my clients certainly don't, because my clients are by their very nature not swimming in social media like I am. So
Exactly.
So what can you do if Facebook does that? If you disconnect all the things after getting rejected, if you disconnect your Facebook page and your Instagram page from each other, you reconnect them, you apply for shopping, you get rejected again. So do you submit an error report? Like, how can this...
Yeah, so just contact Facebook customer service.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I just connect with them in chat.
Yeah.
And they have just manually fed things through. So I'm like, I have fixed everything. I've done this, this, and this. And they're like, okay, give us just an hour or two, and you should be fine and up and running. We'll check it out. If not, then they will tell you, here's a couple of things you need to work on. But a lot of people don't know to reach out, to Facebook, because they think Instagram is still separate from Facebook, but
yeah.
Facebook is Instagram. So you can just contact someone over there, and they do have a really good customer service or customer support staff. Like, every time I've had to reach out to them, my issues have been resolved within less than 24 hours. Even if I've had, ad accounts hacked, whatever. I mean, they really do protect the users. That's their number one priority. So if you reach out to them, they'll be more than happy to help you with your issue. And don't be left in the dark, and don't wait 10 months to like hire the right person to help you out. It's just not necessary. I mean, there's so many people, that we know that could help, with that situation of how to really connect with people over at Facebook, because they're not out of reach. There's thousands of them that work there.
In theory. Okay, 2 questions about things you can and cannot sell. One of them is, I was working with a client, and she wasn't even trying to sell on Instagram. We were just trying to put this on her Facebook page. But she had some gift certificates for her service.
You cannot sell gift certificates because it's considered a digital product.
Lame.
And that will get you denied for Instagram shopping. If you have those linked to your Shopify store, if you know where to look, it'll give you prompts of like, this product needs to be fixed in X, Y, and Z. So that is a digital product, cannot be sold on Instagram.
That is a shame, because I know it can't be sold on Instagram. I was surprised it wasn't able to be sold on Facebook, because they didn't imply that. And when they gave her reasons, they didn't say that.
They don't say anything to anyone as to why they are denied. You have to really dig deep and give it the time.
And then another question, and I'm starting to think that this is incorrect information that I had been given. So I had heard that Facebook is giving a lot of people, a lot of makers and artists, problems selling because they said, oh, it's, a personal thing or whatever the hell. But I'm starting to think it's just that they didn't know that they have to set up 3 levels of stuff first.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know the process.
But you can sell art. You can sell art and other made physical objects.
Absolutely. People have Etsy accounts and they sell on Instagram and Facebook all the time. So it's just a matter of knowing the steps and doing them in the exact order in which they need to be done. If you miss a step or if you do one out of order, you will get denied.
Okay. This is amazing.
Like that crazy.
This is amazing. This has been mind-blowing. Thank you so much. I want to help everyone I know with this now. So I'm going to sum it up again just so that people know and so that I know that I have it straight. Step 1 is set up shopping on your actual website, having nothing to do with Facebook or Instagram. Whether you use Shopify, whether you have something built in for shopping, like a plugin, or you use Squarespace and they have shopping, someplace where people can actually buy your product on your website. Yes. Step 2 is you go to your Facebook business page, which should be connected to your Instagram business page anyway. You go in that, you choose to be set up as a shop template. Just having the tab isn't enough. You need to be on the shop template. Yep. It will guide you through setting up your product catalog in Facebook, in their new catalog manager, commerce, whatever the heck.
Set it up manually, first time.
Manually.
By Instagram.
At least 9 products, and even though it seems stupid that you have to set them up all over again, even though you already set them up on your website, you do need to do that step so that they have kind of the double proof that you're real.
Yeah, and not only that, you don't know if maybe there's an issue with your code or with the way that you have titled something. Instagram's picky, so you just have to do it manually, so you make sure that you're playing by the rules step by step, every step of the way.
Got it. And then step 3 is reconnect. So maybe even disconnect and reconnect your Facebook business account and your Instagram business account, just to make sure it's like fresh and it's like, yes, we're a shop.
Yeah, there is one thing. If you have been set up as a business Instagram account before and you've been denied, you want to switch it back to a personal account.
Wow.
You want to keep it there for a couple of days.
Wow.
Just to kind of, refresh everything.
Start fresh. That is interesting. You lose your analytics, but that's okay.
Make sure you disconnect from everywhere, like in Business Manager, in the back of your Facebook business page.
That is fascinating and glitchy. Right. Okay.
Yes.
And then
there's actually 8 steps that I have outlined in this deliverable, this little PDF I made of the
this little PDF that you're going to link right down there.
Yes,
that one?
Yes, it's 8 steps. So, there's a lot involved, but once you get in there and get going, it's like, oh yeah, okay, I could see this. I could see why I should do this way.
Awesome sauce. This is fantastic. This is life-changing. I'm literally calling someone right after this to set it up for them. Thank you so much. Tell people where they can find you.
You can find me everywhere at Summit Web Marketing and on my personal handles, Deonnah Carolus.
Very nice. Well, thank you so much for this, Deonnah.
Thank you for having me. This was awesome.
Thank you, everyone, for watching. Again, I do this show every Friday, almost every Friday, at 12 noon Eastern Time. And so tune in. I'm Christine Gritman. Thanks. Bye.